Right after I uploaded the last episode, I sort of left it on in the background while I was walking around doing some things, taking occasional looks at it, and there were multiple times that I was like, wait, no, I just saw something. Hello YouTube, hello Internet, I'm Zeigler Jaguar. That new clue book had some things that I was overwhelmed by the breadth of it, but I took a second look at my vlog. Thankfully, I did have the magnifying glass and I did look at some things. Draft the sixes. What could draft the sixes be? Well, actually, if you look really closely at Not Bon Margle in the thing, you can see he's actually already decoded it for you. It's the fixed stars. It's one of the books. And, of course, once you know that, you can look really closely. You can go back and look at the other 4 books that he's shown perusing. Tender Cipher, that's an anagram of The Red Prince. Lunar Renamed, as long as you get rid of the ampersand and replace it with the actual word and, that is Realm and Rune. And Uncle Awe, which I said out loud, and I was like, that's a weird name. It's a new clue. It's the book itself. And you can even see that they all match in terms of colors, although Lunar Renamed looks more like a taupe than a green, but fair enough. Later in the book, you can see page Z word X and something else that says page starts on, or page count starts on title pages. So I'm guessing, C is 3, A is 1, Z is 26. So I actually looked back through it, and Uncle Awe, a new clue, is violet. Page B, if page A is the title page, word Y, the 25th word, is 2. So that only helps me a little. But there's a copy of Draft the Sixes, the fixed stars, in the observatory. So might go take a look at that. There was also a couple more notes on those pages that I didn't look at properly with the magnifying glass. So, and unfortunately, it takes 2 days to get something out of the library because you have to pull it, you have to check it out on one day, and then you have to go retrieve it on the next day or one after that. So this is something I'm going to keep in the background, but I think that there's a way for me to put this puzzle together. So it's one more little thing to lean on. I also have decided that until I solve that Mora Jai box, I might give myself like 10 minutes at the end of each episode to just pop downstairs and give that one another shot. I'm sure I'll get it at some point, maybe from just clicking around. I think I just need to better understand what the whites do with reference to gray. Oh, shit. Okay, folks, we have a problem. See, I need the tomb because I need to light the candles in the tomb. I need the shrine because I don't have a blessing going on right now, right? But I desperately need the schoolhouse because there's lots of learnings I can get from the school. I didn't do it properly the first time. I only drafted 2, so today just got messed around. Today is now going to very suddenly be about trying to draft as many of these rooms as possible. Schoolhouse rooms. Now, unfortunately, with no I do have... Oh, okay, yes. I do still have one more day of the Blessing of the High Roller. That's a huge benefit. This is just going to turn off the flame. I don't want it off. I want it on. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm glad I didn't pick Shrine. I thought I was done with Blessing of the High Roller. Hey, what happened to the letter? Wasn't there? Oh, there it is. Right, yeah. Does this mean anything new to me? Better joke to end. Remember to give Miss Peterson her gift. Not sure anything in that means anything to me quite yet. And I don't have a magnifying glass to look too closely at it. But it's going to be a school day, everybody. We're going to try to draft as many schoolrooms as we can and look at them closely. In particular, because I know there are clues in there that relate to things like the colors of the various realms. And in general, the realms. So that's going to be very important. So anytime schoolhouse, draft a schoolhouse or a classroom. But I guess we're just going to start by getting some steps and a key. Because the ideal would be, of course, to draft 8 of those classrooms so you can see all 8. The 8th grade classroom is going to have some interesting things. Ooh! Well, this is messy, but actually I would like the library back. Makes a circle, but... Hey, there's a gem. Right. So, I haven't taken out drafting strategy 5, but I think I want this... well, alright. So, I need Realm and Rune, because I need to look through it again. But before anything, I need to take a better look at a new clue, because I was overwhelmed the first time. So give me that back, please. I will check it again with a magnifying glass and look more deep at 1 or 2 things, since I'm actually processing it. Now, I can also draft something rarer out of the library, like the observatory or the Chamber of Mirrors. Well, is that really helpful? I can get some extra things, but... Or I could do the observatory. Or I could do the rotunda, which gives me multiple ways forward at the cost of every gem I currently have. Poof. I'm just going to take the observatory, get benefits for my day, and I've literally now made a circle and left myself only one way forward. Not great. But, rooms with 4 doors, there's my gems, there's my apples, there's my sail. So that's nice. Now, interestingly, does the sail affect the Mount Holly gift shop? I don't think it does. No. But it does affect the locksmith, so that's helpful. Right. So, but while I'm here, the fixed stars. So, fixed stars says page Z word X. So, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. Shit. That doesn't work. Well, page Z word X doesn't have enough pages. This is the... yeah, alright. So, in that case, I'm not entirely sure what to make of page Z word X, unless there's a different copy of the fixed stars in the library. Damn, I was really confident about that. Alright, maybe when I look a little closer at a new clue itself, I will better understand what that means. Okay, so that's a little bit of a mess. Well, I can't have today blow up because it's a schoolhouse day. So please, for heaven's sake, start getting me classrooms. There's my first one. Now, it does take gems to do classrooms. All right. I want to revisit this now that I know more things. Grade 1. Apples help with steps. Right. So this is super critical. I honestly want to redo all the notes that I have here. So classroom notes. Let's go. Classroom notes. Because this is how I'm going to figure out these 3 sigils. So, staggered mountain. And when I'm done with this, I can look back and confirm that so this really is an hourglass. I think I got confused because blue, violet, red, yellow, orange, classroom puzzle. Can you find the difference? Nothing too startling there. 3 classrooms. Dice. Excellent. So, 10 out of 12. Right, what did they get wrong? There's another one that put me on the right path last time I was here. 2 out of 12. You must really like red. Caleb. Huh! Caleb, I think my younger self would have had something in common with you. Okay. So none of these are red, which makes sense because Fenn Aries is red. Fenny, each color is used twice. So the blueprint's in this. So this flag is wrong. I realize I'm redoing this. And the gecko is wrong. So this is not blue. I'm just making a little note here. Not blue. But that means that the other two have to be correct. So the hourglass is purple. And the heart is orange. That's that kid's an idiot. 9 out of 12. So are the mountains correct here? I think they are. So let's find the ones that would be wrong. So right, 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 wrong, wrong, wrong. So if these three are wrong, then this is correct. So mountains are yellow, heart is orange, hourglass is purple. And I think that's the same conclusion I came to before. Let me find my previous notes and see if that was what I decided on before as well. Flip through my madman scribbles. Right, and then but I have other things here that I'm not sure about. Like I wrote about Arch Aries, Ornate Aries, and Araja, but I think I was wrong. I also said now Fenn Aries, but that's wrong because Fenn Aries is red, infamously red. This little shit right over here is gonna grow up to be a Fenn Aries politician. I can tell it right now, Caleb. You have a future here in this place. All right. Anything else to look at in classroom number 1? Don't think so. Just looking at my cursor. Can't spin the globe. Interesting that 8 is turned, so it shows infinity. A, B, C, D. Okay. Moving on. Hopefully we get more classrooms soon. I'll take chapel. Oh, wait, redraw. Why do I have 3 redraws? What's that based on? Oh, maybe it's a classroom thing. Huh. To the drawing room. What does the classroom say? Yes, oh, 1 time for each that room in the house. Cool. Alright, so classrooms give me lots of redraws, which is very nice because I'm going to need them to get more classrooms. Seems like if I can in any way, I want to redraw until I can see a classroom, and then if I can't, I'll take something else. This one can't redraw, so let's just, well, yeah, shit, I hate these. And take passageway. Gems are now a little bit of a problem. I don't have a magnifying glass either, which makes looking around not worth very much. Morning room or corridor? Oh, but I can get a redraw. Come on, classrooms. Ugh. Storeroom, I guess. Need these basic things. Just some basic staples. Give me more classrooms. Come on. Classroom. No. Balls. Alright, well, we'll just take a way forward then. And never mind the cost. I'm sure I'll be fine. Security? Sure. Let's do that so that we can turn down the security level, start an experiment. Keycard system settings, security level to low, confirm setting. So that's, yep. And then obviously change offline mode. Wish this would just stay permanent until I change it. And then feel like there's a number of things that stay as they are permanently, but the fact that this doesn't is frustrating to me. Or like that maybe I should only have to put in the password once. I'm not gonna forget it. This adds like 15 seconds to my day that I don't really need. Wasted. But it gives me a second to have a sip of whatever I'm drinking on a given day. Hope everybody's doing all right. I'm having a great Sunday. Experiment setup. Yeah. All right. Each time you eat an apple, add a small chest to the entrance hall. Well, I'm going to eat a lot of apples because apples are extra delicious today. So, how many chests could I put in the entrance hall? That'd be nice. I don't want to have to keep running back there though. Just give me something random. Start experiment. Let's go. All right. When I eat apples, I get more random things. Cool. All right. I've given myself lots of ways forward. Not that way though. This way first. Classroom. All right. Excellent. It's gonna lose a few things, but let's go to grade 2. Mathematics. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. That's not difficult in any way. See, this apple will now give me something random, excluding lots of extra steps. Mathematics sum. Find each sum without using signs. Yeah, I know I looked at all this before. I don't think I truly processed how important this would be in the long run, though. F. 5 out of 12. Look at the colors. Yep. 5 out of 12. So which are right? 2 times 2. No. I feel like this grade 2 is not particularly challenging. I feel like this game gives you more hints than you really need about how the dartboard puzzle works. Because I managed to figure it out without even any of these hints. 10 out of 12. All right, let's just look through it. Yes. 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 No. And no. So, nothing here too surprising, I don't think. I'm kind of mad that I had to burn a thing and now I've got fewer rooms. So, more classrooms, please. Corridor, garage. I'll just carry forward, I guess. Oh, but I can keep redrawing. I can redraw lots of times. Keep redrawing. I want another classroom. No? Fine. I guess we get keys, but I'm not, no, I don't think I want more things in the, oh wait, I can do one more draft redraw. Aquarium's nice. However, it does cost me another gem, which I really need for, Alright, I'll do aquarium. Nothing I can do in here anyway. Ah, shucks. Alright. Oh, yikes. Okay. I just want to make more classrooms, guys. I feel like I can never get this schoolhouse. Dang it. Whatever. What about you? Got lots of ways forward. Boiler room, chapel, or guest bedroom. Let's just give myself some steps and maybe a gem. That works. I have to figure out how to increase the probability of my getting myself classrooms because I can't seem to get deep enough. Alright, well, I could make locksmith here. And then it's probably... keys are a big sale. So let's do this. It's a sale day. Yeah, today only. Everything's 50% off, so... get a bunch of keys. Then I can keep moving forward without worrying about it. At least for now. I can also open shit in the Great Hall that I made. Alright, let's go over here first and try the one out of the aquarium. West Wing Hall, sure, or spare room. Well, I already have a way up there. It's locked, but that's not a problem. We'll do that. Oh, it's still locked from this side? Fine. Here we go. 3rd grade. Alright, this one's new. I saw the first two last time. 3rd grade, we got a periodic table. That's nice. And some experiments. Can I look in any of this? No. Can I examine the chalk? No. Classroom puzzles. Science is fluoride, uranium, nitrogen. Fun. Alright. What's the test everybody's taken today? Is there a blank one up here? Okay, let's see. Use the elements below to form the answers to each question. H2O in liquid state is called water. H2O in solid state is called ice. H2O in gaseous state is called, well, vapor? Right. Ice is easy. Water is easy. In gaseous state, I don't know what they want. Apparently, I am not smarter than a 3rd grader. It's called Mrs. Oh no, Quinn. Oh, you are in for it now. Oh, that's rude. That's funny. What? Tear drop? No. H2O in gaseous state. What are they trying to go for here? Because you can't do vapor. Water. Ice. AT. I don't know. Wait, but maybe it's you only use each thing once. So, I'm sorry. A T I W T E S E R C E A M. So if we remove the ice and the water. Oh, steam. I'm an idiot. Steam. Steam. Okay. What does that teach me, though? That seems... doesn't seem super actually relevant. So I got a good kick out of Quinn here in the 3rd grade classroom, but not much else. All right, what can we do? I can get lots of redraws, that's for sure. But I don't know if I'll ever redraw a classroom out of a classroom. Because that's what I really want. I could get drafting studio, but that costs gems. I could get dining room. Maybe dining room. Sure. I can get my lunchbox, so some steps, which is good. Maybe you can't draft a classroom out of a classroom, which stinks. Rotunda, archives, or corridor? Sure, let's do corridor. I'm now going to race back to the Great Hall and try the north-facing door from there. But instead of burning a key right there, let's go around. Every time I've tried, I've not been able to draft a classroom out of a classroom, despite all the redraws I have. A boudoir would get me lots of things, but I'd have to count on corridor to let me double back. Chapel would give me a way forward. Let's do that first. I'm not super worried about coins. Anything sitting around here? Besides, all of that's just saving up for my big cash out day someday in the future. Trophy room. Can't afford it. Laboratory. Already got it going, so give me a redraw. Another kennel. I guess that keeps me going forward at least. And means I can see the doggies. Hi. Hi, Courtney. Pet the doggies. What's that? Ooh. That might lead to a sanctum key. Alright. New potential thing. Make the vault. I can make the Mount Holly gift shop, but that doesn't do much for me today. Take a redraw. Ballroom. Well. So here's the thing. I did kind of want to light the candles in the dining room. See, I could get this going forward, though. Or I could get another redraw and really try to make another classroom. But if I make another classroom, it won't go anywhere. This would send me from 3 gems to 2. Oh, let's just take this. Let's take the ballroom. Goes to 2 gems. Clara and Simon. Yeah, I don't have a magnifying glass to look closely at some of these things. These sheets I already figured out. I mostly just did this to give myself a way forward. Courtyard, boudoir. Well, courtyard. Or boudoir, actually. I still have a way forward. A couple of them. So let's do the apples thing. Because this is going to give me lots of things. With the experiment on. As well as another gem. More keys. Another classroom. Come on. Workshop. No. I don't want to burn it yet. If I do this, I can at least turn off all security doors. Off. Garage on, yeah. So now security doors will be open. How far back would I have to go to security? Reasonably far, but steps are not a problem. So actually, it might benefit me to just dash back to security. I just find it really frustrating how hard it is to get classrooms. It's actually not that bad because I just go through the Great Hall here. All right, now we want security level at max. Keycard system settings, set security level. Hi, confirm setting, back. Okay, now what? Well, I suppose if I don't want to lose an extra coin, I shouldn't go through the chapel. So, we could try what's out of the dining room, I guess. I mean, that gives me one of ways into the foundation. Sure. Keys, fine. No, I mean, kinda. Yeah, I'm running out of spaces to put. I mean, getting to the foundation is good, but I'm running out of places to put classrooms. No, not a casino. A freaking classroom. Oof. Maid's chamber. Morning room. You know, I'm increasingly feeling like I'm headed towards just building for tomorrow. What needs to be done in order to get all 8 classrooms? Car keys. Yeah, I suppose if I were to make the garage right here. Nope. Well, that's everything. That's all my redraws. Now I'm stuck with whatever I might get. Steps, that's good. Nothing lying around. What might we make up here? Commissary, maid's chamber, pantry. I don't know. Less likely to find items laying around your house. I don't want that. What can I buy? Well, a magnifying glass. Oh, also a sledgehammer. Now that I think about it, don't all those apples... No, I didn't decide to go for the chest. That would have been cool if I had. All right. Classroom, let's go. All right, grade 4. Okay. Now we're talking. Yes, I needed this info. All right, this is getting screenshotted, obviously, which, again, is another way of just take photos on my phone. All right. He said 8 realms, so there's 1. Karerika, Mora Jai, and Vera. Arch Aries, Orinda Aries, Araja, and Nuance. So wait, where is Fenn Aries? This is Orindia. This is Moraven. Boy, why can I not remember where Fenn Aries is? I thought... Anyways, Apple. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but there's 8 realms. Huh. I'm confused about that because I thought Fenn Aries was part of Orindia. I might need to reread my history book at some point. Oh boy, geography in Fenn Aries, right? Or is Fenn Aries a part of Araja and Arch Aries? Yikes. I have... taking photo again. Fenn, Reddington, Mount Holly, for sure. So wait, so between Arch Aries and Araja... Wait, Arch Aries and Araja and Orinda Aries is in between them. Oh, wait. Oh, I can... Oh, boy. The devoted moon, the rogue moon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, oh my god, there's so much on here. Ice eclipse, in eclipse. Isles of Oh, holy shit. What am I even looking for? The Seeker of Signs, the Devoted Circle. Etsphere. Third Era. Bea, Ventura, Mora. Okay. This means something. I'm just scanning over it, and I can go back to my VOD later if I need it. That has to do with that orrery. Alright, so I don't know why I was taking photos of this instead of looking at it closely. The Spiral of Stars. That whole thing that said, like, does it ever end? I remember seeing. Okay. Ansejai. Saija. So, Ansejai means east and Saija means south? What about the other one? Did that have north and west on there? Orsai, Ace. Oof. Alright. Let me retake photos now that I have this right here. I'm gonna need a lot to learn from this. And this one. Gosh, I'm confused. The relationship between Orinda Aries and Fenn Aries is messing with me. Alright. Well, let's see. Identify each realm on the map below. Okay, we're gonna have to... Wouldn't it be nice if somebody had just gotten it all right? I have to compare each of these four. This person's all wrong. I hope this isn't a political statement. Yeah, don't mess with the politics of this place. Alright, hold on. Let me open up my list of the... Wait a minute. Where... Do I have the... Alright, the 7 symbols, right? Hold on. Where... Wasn't there a place where I had all the symbols? No? Alright. Hang on. Was there not? I could have sworn there was somewhere that had all the... 5 out of 7. Alright. It's a mountain. There's a pentagon. Yikes. Pentagon. That was a terribly drawn pentagon, and I'm going to do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pentagon is something. Heart, angle. Let's see. So let's make sure. Has everybody drawn the pentagon? Yeah, everybody's drawn the pentagon. Right. Well, this one hasn't. Maybe we should start by comparing the two who got 5 out of 7. So we got mountains in the top right. Okay, those two differ about that top right one. This one has a pentagon here for Orinda Aries. Pentagon for Orinda Aries. What do you have for Orinda Aries? Also a pentagon. Alright, that seems pretty solid then. What about this one down here? A diamond? No, you disagree on that too. What do you two agree on? Because I feel like whatever you two agree on, we're probably right about. Alright, heart for... what's to the left? Alright. Corerica is definitely the heart. Corerica is a heart. Diamond appears to be... one sec. What did I... See, this thing right here. I thought this was Orinda Aries. Oh, no. Sorry. That's... Or wait, this is Fenn Aries. Right. Fenn Aries. Fenn Aries. Fenn Aries. They all know that. This one's done the old Orinda Aries sign here. I'm still confused about that. Like, why are they showing something here that doesn't show Fenn Aries? Not sure. But let's look again at what else these two are agreed upon. They're agreed that this sort of rainbow is up there. Oh no, you disagree on that. Yikes. Okay, what about this one down here? All right, you agree that this sort of side-facing thing that looks like a government building. I don't know how to describe this. That you're correct on that. Is... Farah. Or sorry, Vera. Vera. Fenn Aries. And then, okay, so you two disagree on this one, and this one. You know what I swear I'm going to need to do? I'm going to need to print this thing out myself and try to solve it. Or take a photo on my phone and mark it up. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a photo on my phone, and I'm literally going to do markup on my phone so that I can figure this out. All right, markup. Right? I need to... No. Edit. Oh, this game drives me nuts, man. Markup, right? There we go. All right, so now that I have that, we know we're pretty darn sure that this one out here is the heart. Heart. What? Heart. Yes. Make it black. There we go. All right, I got the heart over there. And we're pretty sure that this one is the side-facing thing. Right. And then we're fairly sure that this one over here is... Right, this is the pentagon of Fenn Aries. Now, I think on these others, there's disagreement, right? Artie has Diamond Mountain. Oh, you also have Mountain there. So I'm guessing you're both right about Mountain as well, which I think makes sense based on what we know about Arch Aries. It's the mountainous terrain. So, yellow, Arch Aries. Good. Oh, and let's add it into our little markup here. Mountain. Good. Oops. That gives us 4 of the 7 that they are right about. That these two kids are correct about. So the ones you disagree with about are this diamond and this hourglass and this rainbow. You've got diamond, hourglass, rainbow. You've got rainbow, diamond, hourglass. You're both wrong about two of them, and both right about one of them. All right, let's see what else we have here. So this is 4 out of 7. So correct, correct. Here's 1 wrong. Here's 2 wrong. Here's 3 wrong. Oh, wait. If that makes sense, then this kid's got to be right about everything over on this continent, and he just doesn't know this continent. Prosia, or she. Well, I think that would solve what's this here, right? So let me do, I think diamond for that, and then hourglass for the bottommost thing. Let's see if that tracks with some other things. So I'm going to believe that this is a this is diamond. Diamond, yep. And then that this down here is hourglass. Okay. So if that's the case, I don't even think we need the other one. So what is this continent up here then? So let's look back at this. So from our understanding, hold on, actually, I've slowed down on writing down some of these things, right? Fenn Aries, Vera. So then hourglass is the bottommost, Araja. That I think we believed that before. So Arch Aries, Corica, Araja, Fenn Aries, Vera. Over there. And so it's these. Wait a minute. Where did we end up? We knew these 4. What is this thing over here? This is nuance. Nuance has to be the diamond. All right, we got 6 of 7, and that just leaves Mora Jai, where I guess those stupid boxes come from. Now you right, 1, 2, 3, 4, all correct. Wrong, wrong, and it's not that. So now when we look at this one, you've got correct, correct, wrong, correct, correct, wrong. So does that mean that the rainbow is in fact this last one, which would make sense? Let me see if that tracks. I think this makes the rainbow Mora Jai. I wonder, I might need to look back at the history here, because maybe when Uncle Sinclair was traveling was before some of this disruption, when there were 8 realms and now there are only 7. I need to go back and read my unedited history book again. That Fenn Aries may have subsumed Orinda Aries, but why? Why would they use this map in their propaganda, in their surely propaganda-laden classrooms? Makes no sense. And why would it be a map? Oh, okay, yeah, so this is an old map. Oh, okay, this is Etsphere in the 3rd era. So at that point, there's no pentagon, because there's no Fenn Aries. There's only Orinda Aries. All right, I think that makes sense. So then let me make sure I put down a note as well for the last one. Orinda Aries is the thing that looks like my Great Hall. And that's Orinda Aries, and I think I brute forced my way to figuring out what their thing was. I couldn't remember if it was black or white. Aries, defunct, taken by Fenn. Yeah, so their maps are out of date. I see, yeah, people are wearing older timey clothing in here. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to look so much closer at all of this stuff. The Isles of Orsai, the Devoted Circle, the Rogue Moon, and the Devoted Moon. So our moon has a moon. I don't think this will be my last time in this classroom, but if I can figure out at least. So I think I've got it. Let me check myself against some things here. So based on my understanding, oh god, it didn't save my notes. I put this away and it didn't save my notes. But that's actually okay. So based on my understanding, why don't I just make a little note? So northeast, and what are the two continents called? So Orindia. Orindia northeast is Arch Aries. Corica is Moraven West. Moraven West. Good. Eraja is Orindia Southeast. Fenn Aries is Orindia Center. Vera is Moraven Southeast. Nuance is Orindia West. And finally, Mora Jai is Moraven Northeast. So, now, based on my understanding, Arch Aries correct. Well, C minus doesn't say how many correct and how many wrong. But C minus is 4 out of 7. So this person also got 4 out of 7 right. So correct, wrong, dangerously wrong, correct, wrong. That's 2 wrong. That's Mora Jai, correct. That's Corica, correct. But this is wrong. He's flipped these two and committed sedition right here. Okay. And then we'll just check our other two to make sure. So correct. Wrong. And right. This Artie has flipped Mora Jai and Nuance, but has the other 5 correct. And Patricia over here has flipped Araja and Vera. Sorry, Araja and Nuance, but has Vera, Mora Jai, and Corerica correct. Okay. Great. I now know what all the 8 symbols. I now know definitively which kingdom each of the 8 symbols relates to. So that's a big win. Unfortunately, I'm running out of rooms to make more classrooms. Now, I can draft like crazy out of here, but I don't think. I mean, I can. roll until I find something, but I don't think I'm going to find another classroom. Because it doesn't seem like they do that. Plus, I probably should go left if I can. Oh, I can do another classroom. Let's go! All right. I was wrong. Grade 5. All right. More to learn. We're doing art today. Planes, trains, and automobiles. Huh. All right, they're drawing the art from around the thing. Yeah. How does that help me? Draw two things that share all but one letter of their name, a robot and a root. Oh, come on, guys. I figured this puzzle out a really long time ago. An acorn and a corn. Oh, somebody's going to have screwed this up, isn't it? F. Tooth and a 2. Yes, that is wrong. Oh, well, let me get my... Draw two things that share the letter of that name. Once again, I feel that this has given me more clues than I needed to understand how the art puzzle works. Grade 5 is kind of a wash. Grade 4 was enormous. Grade 5, kind of a wash. All right, let's go hunting for grade 6. I guess we're going to redraw until hopefully we find a classroom. I mean, I can still go forward out of other ways, so... No. Clock tower is interesting, but no. I know what I want. Another chance to get that burning glass. My goals are clear, everybody. Oh, but I could get the boudoir. All right, actually, I'm changing my mind, though. Now I'm going to take the boudoir because apples give me things, lots of bonus things. And another gem, which is kind of important. So now I'm up to 3 gems, 2 drafting dice. I didn't get the coat check. If I'd gotten the coat check, I could have... Well, so next time that I come to draft classrooms, I don't have to spend a whole bunch of time actually reading each one. Because I will have done that already. It'll just be do what I can to draft them situation. All right, so I can keep going out of the foundation and or the corridor. I get my food. I'm sure there's something to lighting the candles that's here in the dining room, but I don't know it yet. Steps just rarely bother me anymore, at least for now. All right, more classrooms? I got to try to do 3 more classrooms. If I can. Well, actually... Study. Why did I want to make the study? I wanted to make the study so I could see the Great Hall. Also, it gives me more chances to redraw. But that's not actually a problem right now. Give me another shot. Son of a gun. All right, one more shot. Pantry? Rotunda? No, I'll make the boiler room. Fine. I feel like I don't know how I'm ever going to use all 8 classrooms. At least I don't need a key for this. But look at how little I have. I also could use to make the vault, if that happens to pop up. Shit! That makes things even worse. Oh, wow. I mean, I could make the walk-in closet, get some things, then go over to the boiler room and try to keep going forward, but I don't think so. Now, oh, what shit, I meant to do boiler room and not archives, and now everything's really messed up. Alright, let's just finish up this day. Office, bunk room, archived thing. Doesn't just give me a random thing. The furnace, sure. Yeah. Pump room in the wrong damned place. Well, I don't know. Maybe this will be a classroom. It's not. It's the laundry room. Not interested. My interest was very specifically in classrooms. Casino. Well, I have a dice. Let's get a redraw. God, I don't know how to get enough. I'm not even going in there. Wait, does that actually run me out of places to go? I think it does. Yeah, it actually does. I don't even have a way. Well, I can go down from the foundation. Does that side give me a shot at that Mora Jai box? Alright, what can I do? What can I do before calling it and starting a new day? Well, I got to classroom 5 out of 8. So that's some progress. I also get another look at a new clue. Oh, stupid. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. Since this has been short, reasonably short, is there anything else I can do with my money even? Buy keys. I can't make the vault, so this vault key is unfortunately... I can't make a code check, and I want what's in the code check anyway. Alright. So here's how we're going to end our day, everybody. And if you don't want to watch me struggle, you can just close this off, because I'm going to give myself another 20 minutes or so with that stupid-ass Mora Jai box in the sanctum. So bear with me. Gonna be a while. I'm going to make myself extensive Mora Jai notes. Now, one thing I think I realized is I don't think the Mora Jai rules change from box to box. I think it's always the exact same rule. So, do I have a place where I'm writing down all my... Yes, okay. Alright, so I have some older rules here that I was not carrying forward the way I should. White corner with 2 grays... Grays become white, corners become gray. White corner with 2 whites, all become gray. White corner, white center flips all orthogonals. White corner with border white, it goes gray, other 2 flip. Right, I think I had refigured that much out, kind of. We gotta head down here. Cross the gear. Which is done from right this side. I never remember if it's this one. I think it's go all the way here. Race over to here, spin it. The things I do to get 2 more allowance. Let me see if I actually... Because I wrote notes here, but I don't... Wondering now if I have better... if I took a photo of the original Mora Jai box thing. I think like I did. Didn't. Alright. All right, everybody. Like I said, if you don't want to watch me bash around buttons for a while, you can call this episode here. I'm just going to be fiddling with this fucking thing. Right. So, we had known... What had we known from last time? That if we put the white... it goes gray, other two flip. White corner with other two. Now, that's... Yeah, so I want to move the white over to there. Yeah, so I remember this much. Want to move the white to there, and then... Bam! That creates two whites. And then, if I do this, that creates another white. Then, if I flip this over to here, that creates another white. And this is how far I keep getting to here without the ability to do the third, right? Yeah, because this lets me... So now this is where I need to better understand. Now, this is interesting. Got the whites here. Now remember, as soon as I hit red, whites are going to go black. Wait a minute, actually. Now that's interesting. Because once it's black... Oh, wait a minute. Have I been making this more difficult than it should have been? I think I might have been dumb. I don't need them to be white. Black works just as well. Because once they're black, I can start shifting things around. Hang on. I think I've been dumb. I gotta get a black up there. Well, this, I think I've been dumb, but I still have to... Here. I gotta get the greens onto the orthogonals now. Right, because that does there, and then there. Now you're on the orthogonal. Now you're on the orthogonal, but how do I get the gray out of there? You have to get one of them to the middle. I don't think there's any way to do that this time around, right? So now once I hit red, that's gonna make all those red, but not that one. All right, all right. All right, interesting. I think, though, I'm in a good learning here. All right, I kind of just want to do that again. Bam. All right, now we got two whites. I flip that there, and we get this to white. That's great. Now, right now, the gray is on an orthogonal, which is fantastic for me. But before I switch it to black, I want to get... I want more whites, if I can. Yes. Well, hold on. I want to get another white down there. How can I do that? There we go. And a white there. And now we've got white, white, white. But the gray is the problem. So let's move that across until we have gray in the middle. Now when we hit black, now the only thing that we need though is we need this off. It's this. It's the get the two greens and the gray both onto the orthogonal that's killing me. Now if I hit that white, that's going to make those two gray. But that doesn't mean they're permanently gray. Because I could... So once I do this, whites are done forever. The difficulty of moving anything off the middle row is crazy. Yeah, now I've got... Look at this. I've managed to put them on the exact wrong ones. Good work. I've done the exact wrong thing. I am certain that what I'm doing at the start as far as getting the... giving myself extra whites is correct. And then this part seems so good. But then the pattern as far as turning them into black, how the hell do I get you off the... orthogonals? What happens here? That just turns them all gray. Which means no more whites ever, so that's just a mistake. Gray does nothing. That white in the corner, interestingly... Okay, so here's the thing. White in a corner with two whites all becomes gray. Yep, alright. Let me do that again, though. I want to understand this white rule based on my old notes. So... Right. Grays become white. Corners become gray. White corner with two whites all become gray. White center flips all orthogonals, but... Ooh! Is there any way to get a white to the center here? No. Because... Yeah, because the only way to get something to the center here is going to be to turn things to black. Can I move this white at all? No, not really. Getting the oranges to be white just seems so fantastically powerful, but I realize I feel like I keep doing the same damn thing over and over again now. So I get to here. And then, here's the thing. No, because one of these has to come off of here. Now, if they're all three are white, that makes them all gray. All right, reset. If I do anything when I have three white in a row, do they all become gray? Let's make sure I understand that properly. Okay. Black to there. Whoops, sorry. There, there. 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 And then... So I did a white corner. What if I do a white center one? Yep, they all become gray. So anytime you click, there's three whites in a row and you click one, they become gray. Now, hang on, though. I still have a white left, so... that didn't necessarily end things. Do I want the... I need to figure out how to get, like, a white in the middle row, I think. So that it can be a black so that I can move the middle row. Before I press it, though? I don't think there's a way before I press it. Gray buttons do nothing. White in a corner here. That's just going to move it. Oh, wait. Maybe that helps. Because now... But I need more whites. Oh, nope. That's just... I scotched it. Alright. So I got a white in a center here. Now I could turn them all black. But then I would have... If once I turn it black, I don't think I have a way to... Well, alright. You know what? Let's just try this. What if I do this? Ooh, now I've got 2 red buttons. Oh, that's new. But that's an interesting. So there's a way to turn the orange to red. This is just moving the black. Once I turn this, it's going to make everything red. But that's going to be nothing. I think my ability to change things ends there. Right? Because... Yeah, that's lots of reds, but not enough reds. Interesting, though. The rules of orange. Boof. Flip it. That. I've so got this starting part down. But I feel like there's something more about how whites work. White corner with 2, that moves it over, and... Don't know. This white's doing nothing right now. I'm just clicking randomly at this point. Trying to come up with something that will agree with me. Oh, wow. That's interesting. What about a white between 2 greens? What does that do? Just blanks it. All black tiles turn red, and all white tiles turn black. I gotta figure out the better way to think about this, because I think I need to better understand. I might need to look up some older things where some of these other things. Orange between 2 colors besides that color. Black moves right to left. Green switches places. Red turns black to red and white to black. White has all these rules. Even if I understand the rules, I think, like, wonder where I found this original Mora Jai box rules about the whites, because I don't like what I wrote. So, All right, here's what we're going to do. We're not going to solve this today, but I want to make sure I perfectly understand exactly what white does based on what I wrote before. So if white is in a corner by itself, you click it, it becomes gray. Corner by itself becomes gray. If it is orthogonal between two grays, gray become white, grays to white, and white to grays. All right? Anywhere that it's by itself. So, orthogonal by itself goes gray. A moment. The other side over here, one sec, where there's some more directions, more rules here that maybe I didn't process properly because this box was reasonably easy. Yeah, the railroads. Yep, black tiles are pressed. The entire row shifts to the right. The overwhelming artifacts bearing the Mora Jai sigil were destroyed after the war. These are super rare. All right, so I think I am correct that Fenn Aries displaced Mora Jai, and so 8 realms in 8 months. Begin the journey by visiting a fragment of the Old Kingdom, a landmark as black in realm as it is in name, and a story I feel closely connected to. Fragment of the Old Kingdom. Yep, so even though it didn't really exist anymore, he's still considering it one of the 8 realms. So this is the most cursed room, right? If the Red Guard of Fenn Aries found out he had this particular room, I do not think he would be in very good shape. Damn it. Okay. This box continues to stymie me, and I think I need better understanding of the orange as well, and of the white, so I might go back and look at some things. I think I'm going to call this here and start a new day. This was a school day, and a reasonably interesting one. But I've got other things to do for which I need to start a new day. So I'm going to call it here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I've been Zeigler Jaguar, and we will do some more things next time.